the issue of titles has more to do with the Ghanaian culture than people's desire to beat the system also. So I feel that it goes beyond just the individuals projecting these titles. It is what we think titles can do. That is why we are having these issues, and we need to put that on record. But more important is the confusion that also it projects. Professorship, depending on the jurisdiction you are in, could be a title, a job description, or just an academic status. In Ghana here, it is a stage in your career you acquire through research, teaching, and a whole host of experiences. And at every stage of the way, you go through reviews by your peers, by external peers. You project what you have done in terms of teaching and research, also publications. Then you are subjected through both internal and external review. And after that, you are written to, or if it is at the professorial level, a council duly constituted by the appointing authorities then confers the professorship title on you. In the United States, or in mostly North America, the title professor is just like the title lecturer. So what has been the problem is that if someone from that environment comes into our system, they come with the title, they import it, because they don't come and they are all called lecturer. Maybe he was using the title professor, comes to Ghana and still using the title, joins the university. In our books, he will be probably a lecturer or maybe a senior lecturer, but still uses the title professor because that is what the fellow imported into the system. Is it an intention to be criminal? No. Is the fellow projecting the title trying to beat the system? I don't think so necessarily. Here, it is now an issue of linguistics, let me put it that way, especially in the case of the deputy minister. Do we want her to stop using it because she is intending to cheat, or she came from a system that recognized her as a professor? I think it is the latter, that she came from a system that conferred to her professor. You look at assistant professor, that's their entry grade. In our system here is assistant lecturer. We go through 4, 5, 6 stages. They have 2. From assistant professor, you go to associate professor, and then you are full professor. Just those 3 stages. And you want to ask yourself, at which point of those stages do you compare to, let's say, senior lecturer, associate professor, or full professor? So those are the challenges here. I don't think the deputy minister wants to beat the system. It's just that she comes from a system that described her as a professor, and she's bringing it here. Now, what is not helping the case, and I want to be straightforward, is trying to project it as if it is equivalent to what happens here. So there shouldn't be that argument at all. It may not be equivalent to what is happening here, but was she a professor in the United States? Yes. Can she hold herself here as a professor? Maybe outside, yes, but in the university, she is not. So these are the nitty-gritties of the issue. And I think that, yet much as I appreciate GTEC for policing the system, you should go after those abusing it. Maybe not somebody who has come from the system that described her as a professor, and you think that once he's not entered the university to teach, University of Ghana, or where I come from, UDS, to teach, I don't think that we should make a whole host about it. That said, there are times that even in the United States, you are tenured. When you are an assistant lecturer or a professor, you are normally more or less regarded as an assistant lecturer here or a lecturer here. You are tenured when you go through certain processes, and it's also a very rigorous one. So by the time you become tenured, then you can say, okay, you are a professor, or you are an associate professor in that regard. So in the case of the deputy minister, I want to ask whether was it a tenured professor, and that is where we need to go. But I don't think that she is using the title professor with the intention to project herself as what she's not. So we need to separate those 2 issues.
Very well, very well.